My question goes to Navio and Vivian.
Yes.
This is your first time to be in South Sudan.
Yeah.
So my question is, what have you heard about this country?
What I've heard about this country, which is actually, I don't know if it's true, but I'm seeing something different. First of all, I've always heard it's so hot here, but I've not seen that ever since I came. The weather is normal. I don't know if it's just during this time but about the weather, it's very perfect. Then also, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this, but we are always, I don't know, we are used to hearing that people here are a bit tough, but I think it's not what I'm seeing. The hospitality is so good, that everything is good.
Thank you. Back to Navio, the same question, yes.
Yeah, what have I heard about South Sudan? First of all, that I should come. That's the first thing people always say. They're like, stop wasting time, you know what I mean? Some of my biggest fans are from here, so that's the first thing I hear. The other thing, of course, the weather. I strategically made sure I came in the rainy season. No, but I don't mind the heat, you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. I'm looking forward to that. But also the food. So, you know what I mean? I need recommendations, man. We need to eat the real food from over here. And yeah, they told me it was beautiful. I saw that on the plane ride as I was coming in. And yeah, they say that the crowds get lit. They get really hype. So I'm hoping, is that true? Yeah? Okay, good, because you know me, I always like to just be in the crowd going crazy with the fans. So yeah, man, I hope all of that is true.
So how do you feel now that you're here?
I feel good, man. I feel weirdly comfortable. Yeah, I mean, like I got off the plane, said hi to like a few people. I feel like this is my second home. Like I said, I think it's the height. Yeah, these short people from Uganda. I might leave them and settle here. So, yeah, get me someone in real estate. Let's talk.
Okay, so
Yes, my name is Simon. I'm a print-based journalist. I would like to direct my question. The same question will be shared by Navio and Vivian. The question: you have flown all the way from Uganda to Juba. Of course, people are expecting some performance. What do you want to achieve with that performance? And who is sponsoring it? How do you have to, what will the public achieve from that, or South Sudanese in general?
What will the public achieve?
Yeah, or what do you want to drive? What are you driving with the performance that brings you all the way from Uganda to here?
Okay, personally, I believe I have some fans in South Sudan that I've never met, I've never interacted with. They've never seen me performing, and it would really be a pleasure if I get on the stage, like seeing my fans. I don't know, some people have different reactions, but someone can be happy to see you and they don't show it physically, which is okay. But also those that show it, it's actually better. So basically me, I would love to perform for my fans who are here. That's why I traveled all the way from Uganda to Juba, and the sponsors of these shows is Rockstar International. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're all East Africa now, no? Yeah? Are we East Africa?
yes.
Nice. So I think the one thing that has weakened us as far as our music is the fact that we don't think of the next country, you know, when we release our music. There's no reason why Little Bean's song should come out here but shouldn't be dropping at the same time in Nairobi, in Kampala. There's no reason why Black Queen stuff should drop over here but shouldn't be playing in Rwanda, Burundi at exactly the same day. And I think this is what weakens us. You have the West of Africa acting as a unit, you know. When something drops in Nigeria, it drops the same day in Ghana, it drops the same day in Sierra Leone. You know, it's unified. So we need to start thinking of ourselves in that way. You know, we are united by a lot of different things. Language, we have similar languages in all our countries. We have similar customs, cultures. We know each other very well, but we're also united by brotherhood. you know, and sisterhood, you know. So I think that's what we need to exploit going forward. So for me, it is basically to make the East be small, to make the East be one country, to make people realize that I can come over here and do shows. Artists from there can come to Uganda and do shows. There's nothing stopping us except a 45-minute flight. That's nothing. That's nothing. American artists, big American artists right now, guys will be worth $10 million of them. They'll be touring in a bus all the way across. You know what I mean? And I can take an hour flight and I can be in JUBA. That is, we need to start thinking of ourselves as one nation and one country. These borders, you know what I mean, they're very important. But brotherhood takes precedence over that. And we're now one East, you know what I mean? One East Africa. So, yeah, just to push our music, make our music a unit. That's what I want to do.
So what are your expectations out of this 45 minutes flight to JUBA?
A whole lot of fun. A good time on stage. Energy, excitement, sharing songs that people haven't heard. There's a lot of times people, you know, I was talking to Lil Bean earlier, he was telling me the 3 or 4 songs that people know. And I was like, I'm dying to now perform the 3 or 4 songs they don't know. 3 or 4 songs that were hit in Kenya. You know, 3 songs that were hit in Rwanda people don't know about. I'm looking forward to kind of just sharing the whole catalog. Because when you're in another country, people get a commercial of what Navio is about. They get a commercial of what, you know, Johnson is about. They don't get the full package. So now you're here on stage, you have your good time to show people what you're about and why. How did I get the 60 awards? Why have I toured 40 countries? What is the reason? People don't know. So that's why I'm here to answer.
This country has just emerged from war, civil war. Do you think that hip-hop music has some information that will unite them? Yes, hip-hop.
Me?
Yeah, yes, please.
Definitely. That's what hip-hop music is all about at the end of the day. We talk about our hardships. We talk about aspirations. But at the end of the day, hip-hop started off as community, insightful music. You know, on the car ride over here, we were talking about how I started off. And for 10 years, I started off doing inspirational music and conscious music and talking about the society. That is the roots. People always start that way because that is what hip-hop started as. And then you move into other stuff, battle, you know, and then go more commercial. But the way it started is by community. So definitely, you know, after the Civil War, what we need to look at is rebuilding, you know what I mean? Not just like identities and everything, not just like physically infrastructure, but our identity, you know what I mean? South Sudan, these artists that are coming out need to put their best foot forward and be like, listen, we're here, this is us, this is the pride we're bringing, you know, this is our culture we're carrying with us. I think it's incredibly important, and hip-hop will definitely lead the way, you know. Ugandan born, been born in African streets, on African sheets, now I feel and carry that African heat. Through cold nights, done nothing but battle defeat, until right now, I had to keep these battles discreet. I'm branded African, hold my eyes as my receipt. African rhythm, see how I bump my head to the beat. Can take me, can't do nothing about my African speech, original to death. See how my Africans speak. African speech, I do it with my African tongue. Love breathing African air in these African lungs. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's a vibe.
Okay.
Well, I've got a question for you. Actually, 2. One is a lot of artists come from Uganda and they've squandered a lot of money thinking South Sudan is a factory money made, and they end up splashing money on their hotel beds and so forth. Do you have that in mind? Second, you've done a lot of songs by your own, and this time round you've co-featured with one of the best songwriters in Uganda, Shena Case. Why?
Yes, so for the first bit, no, I don't think I'm going to be left with a bill. You know what I mean? Rockstar does business a little differently, and they do business throughout East Africa, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be in a situation where we're like, oh my goodness, where's the promoter? You know, we're all together and we move as a unit, and we've known some of these people for years, so that's cool. Yeah, collaborating with Sheena Skies was really dope. For me, I'm about the music, so people always like, wow, a song like Rare, why did you team up with Vivian? why Shiba, or, for someone for the song. But for me, a vibe is a vibe. We did it in the studio. Sheena also didn't think she was going to be the one on the song. I was like, you sang it, those are your words. It sounds honest, it sounds real with you. Stay on the song. Let's make history. So we, did an amazing video, and now it's one of the biggest songs, of the last year in Uganda. So I'm happy about that.
Dennis?
Okay.
Yes, I'm by the name Denilson Deneke. I work for multimedia, I work for Top FM, and I work for, that's the main online papers, which is SB Media Group. My question to both of you, more special Vivian.
Yes.
In South Sudan, most people are not familiar with your songs.
Yes.
And you are here today
Yeah.
to do so. Which kind of a way are you going to pursue the fans so that they should be here and making sure that you are here?
I think that's one of the reasons.
Then
as to why
going
I'm
again
here.
to my brother Navio, do you have a plan of collaborating with some like our brother? These are the big hip-hop stars. Mike Johnson, we talk of Lil Bean, the guy's been there also, and we talk of One Pound, and we talk of our sister Black Queen. Would you like to give them an opportunity like other artists who came from outside, so that they should have some collab and some good video on your site? Their expenses should be on your site. Would you have it? Both of you, the question goes like that.
Okay.
Vivian, you can start for us.
Okay, I think that's one of the reasons as to why I'm here. That sometimes you'll not always have fans just out of nowhere. You never know someone will become my fan because they've seen me performing on stage. And for them knowing my songs, it's still the same thing. They can learn the songs from the stage. If that song is catchy, of course we will just vibe, Yeah.
You speak, I'm getting.
Okay.
What of collabo? Would you like to give a collabo to these fellow artists who are going to share stage with you?
I would definitely want to.
Then the expenses, should it be on your side or you want them also to pay for it?
It depends on what we agree on, because I can't say that the expense is on me or on the other person. It's a matter of speaking, like getting to agreements and stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
my brother Navio.
For stage, yeah?
Yes, a stage and sharing or featuring with a new
Yes.
song with
For-
Arabic JUBA.
For stage, my plan is to give Juba the best of me. My only problem being that I have 400 songs and we only have one night. I told
it's
Rox,
2 nights.
sorry, we only have 2 nights. I told them we needed 2 weeks. They said they were going to do 2 nights. So, we're going to find a way of packing as much in there. Even when you put the question online, people are saying their favorite song, what they want to hear. There was over 50 songs, different songs. And it just comes with the territory of having been in the industry a long time. But we're going to try and nitpick and put, the show together and kind of take the best of each song that I have and try and make sure people at least hear the song that they've asked for. And then with collaboration, definitely, man. I mean, Lil B, Johnson, people, Jerry. There's a lot of artists from over here, Black Queen, a strong black African sister. You understand? There's a lot of artists from South Sudan who I'd love to collaborate with, man. Everyone who's up here on this stage, apart from this one. This one. She used to rap, by the way. In case you didn't know, now she's a CEO. But no, everybody up here, I'd love to do a collaboration with. The expenses,
The expenses for paying for the record and the...
You want me to sing and also pay?
Yes!
Pay to sing. So I should pay the
Like
artist who I'm singing with.
recording a song and the video at the same
No, I
time.
mean, like I said, whenever there's time and people can fly in and whatnot, both of us actually even have crews out there in Uganda, production houses, which we can do the song at. So, I mean, I see no problem with pushing the song further, getting that collabo done, and then shooting a music video. Just doing songs how they're supposed to be done. If the Sheena Skies teaches people anything, is that if the song is good enough, me and my management we're gonna knock it out. Nisha Wagwan.
Yeah.
Ooh, if the song is hot, we take it to the top.
Sample again for us.
Come to the show, you man. No free shows.
Okay, thank you, Navio, and of course, Vivian Tendo. I just wanted to get a bit of clarification. South Sudan is a country where the perceived hip hop as something, and they do perceive them like more, especially gang groups and things of niggers and things of that kind.
Yeah.
What do you have to tell us about it? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as people would view revolutionaries sometimes. You know, the same way that you view someone who's trying to make their own stand, protect their own culture. You're always going to view them or try and view the negative things about what they do. But at its purest form, hip-hop is truth. People are talking about what they really see. Like you just said, you came out of a civil war. So as soon as you see someone on the track saying, yo, I woke up this morning, gunshot through the... We're not trying to imitate the States. This is happening right here. So, yeah, hip-hop is truth, but at the end of the day, we do have a bigger responsibility. There's what sells, and then there's a bigger responsibility, and I think people work through that on their albums. You know, people always play one song, a hit, and on the song we talk about this and that and the other. When you go on someone's album, you understand the full character of the person. So, yeah, I think, you know, at the end of the day, there is a lot of negatives that come with every type of music. Rock and roll, they talk about devil worship. You know, they talk about devil worshippers and with rock and roll and Metallica, which, you know, that deep, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? With them, they talk about that. With us, they talk about, you know, maybe violence and gang stuff. You know, with pop music, they talk about, you know, Michael Jackson and, you know, those weird things that pop artists do. Every genre, like it or not, has their negative. Even opera, you know, they all have their negatives. And I'd rather stick with the negatives that are in mine, because at least my music is true. My words come from me as a rapper. You understand? So I'm putting my truth on a page. That's why we don't know so many of the people. I mean, you think of Whitney Houston, she's a pop artist. But her life was more like, you know, those thugs and those gangs. That's how Whitney used to live every day. You understand? But she comes out as a pop artist who looks like she's an angel. So at least the genre I'm in is about truth. You know, kids really talk about what they go through.
Okay, thank you. My name is Samir Bol. I'm a journalist from the Mail. So,
Height mate, how are
yeah,
you?
thank you. Okay, I personally love music, and we love Ugandan music. But 2 months ago, we were shocked. There is a singer from Uganda, she called Angela. She did collab with one South Sudanese artist called Mr. Green. Yeah. So she really abused us, and she talked hate speech. She said, just we have money, we don't know what to do with this money. Even she going far to talking bad about one of the artists who passed away. That we beg Ugandan to give their condolences to us. So, what is your comment for this singer? And we know that the singer is ambassador, and she is supposed to be in good speech, not hate speech. We start with £1 and Vivian and you.
I think Angela doesn't represent all the Ugandan artists. I don't think that is in his mind, because like he said, everyone has his own characters, own behaviors. That's what I believe in, and I think even she's regretting, because when I was reading all the comments on her page, even some of the Ugandans were not happy about what she said. Yes, because she was preaching hate. Already she knows that one of our South Sudanese here collaborated with international artists who are more than her, even who are more talented than her. Even some Ugandan artists who are more talented than her, they have collaborated with most of South Sudanese, like the likes of Job Black. So I don't think she represents all the nation there. Yeah.
I think that wouldn't be nice, but just as he said, we are different people. So like one artist doesn't represent like every artist from Uganda. That we all have different characters, and maybe we react differently to situations. So maybe she had her reasons, but I wouldn't support that either. And I don't know, I wouldn't do that personally, so I have nothing so much to comment about it. It's just not good, because that's actually not how Ugandans behave. Yeah.
Yeah, very surprising, especially in Uganda. I'm sure many of you have been to Kampala, and if you haven't been to Kampala, it's one of those places that has every single culture there. As Uganda, actually, we take in the most refugees of any country on the planet. And I personally have worked in those refugee camps and whatnot. So, and all of those people from there move into towns and they get jobs and whatnot. And for us, I can talk about my tribe personally, as Baganda. They always wonder, they're like, any other city, if you had this many of these people or this many Eritreans in Munyengo or this many, it'd start a civil war in any other country. But, for us, it's like we appreciate other people's cultures. And as long as you are working, you have our respect immediately, especially if you're on our soil and you're working, you're trying to help, you're doing your job. It doesn't matter what money you're making, as long as you're working, we're usually cool. So it's very surprising to hear that a Ugandan act would ever criticize a place and I'd love to actually see that footage and see exactly what she said, because I haven't seen it myself to know what the context was. But if it was said as you said it, it's a very disappointing thing to hear. Like he said, she's probably regretting it at this point in time. And I hope she comes out and clarifies exactly what she meant when that was said. But like you say, everyone has their own personality, and Ugandans, 99.9992359% of us don't think that way at all. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, thank you. I will close this up. I'm Loruba. I write for Loruba News. It's a news website. My first question will go to Vivian.
Yes.
We had Binka here some months back, and she left leaving a karate kick on a fan who got a little excited about her and that. So, you, nice lady, fine looking, sexy and all this.
Yes.
Are we going to see a repeat of that once a fan gets to you? That is to you. Then to Navio, before you came, there was that wave of Navio calling South Sudan, Sudan. We've had this before, and it rubs people the wrong way, most likely.
Me too.
So I just want to know from you, when you heard that you came out and apologized for that, how does that affect your stay here? How positive is it going to put you into the vibe to make sure that you amend those things? Second question for you, Navio. Back in your country, there are times that your name has come up with beefs, okay? From the time of Atlas to JNL Zamba, Fefe Busi, and now we're hearing about Gravity.
No Fefe.
Okay, so when that comes around, we've seen so many artists doing that, either to get attention or for fame. How would you advise our artists down here? Because we're also seeing this, like our industry is getting engrossed with this. So much hate, beef and all that. How much of an impact does beef contribute to your music? Please help me advise our artists. Thank you.
As for me, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this, but for Vinka's case, I don't know what exactly happened, but I think the fan didn't do something nice. Maybe it was a he. Yeah, he was trying to maybe touch her. He did. Yeah, he actually did, which wasn't nice. But I don't support Vinka maybe for what she did. But just as I said, we react to situations differently. Maybe she found that as a solution. I'm not saying that it's nice, but maybe it was, it was beyond her. However, if I was the one, maybe I wouldn't kick someone. Maybe I'll just distance myself, but I don't support it. It's not nice. Like, it's not nice for however much you love an artist. Okay, touch the legs, touch the thighs, but So I'm not supporting Vinka for what she did, but I'm also not supporting the fan, Yeah.
Don't you find that as gender-based violence as a lady?
It is, but I've seen it happening even to male artists when the females are doing it. So I think it's not about gender, they all do that. Yeah.
Yes, so I think everyone who knows me, I've done, in 20 years of music, I've done or I've answered questions about South Sudan over 100 times. And I've never said Sudan in place of South Sudan. But while we were there on tour, and we were driving, there's no excuse for it, but we were driving, I'm trying to do a selfie, we're doing a drive through one of the towns, I think we're in Lira, and I was trying to, because I wanted to let my fans know in South Sudan that I'm coming. So it was very abrupt. There was a truck with a speaker next to us, and the whole afternoon we had been talking about South Sudan and Sudan, and just some of the stuff that's happened between the two. So as soon as I put my camera up to do the drop, it was kind of rushed. People can see I'm even in a sleeveless, but again, I want to apologize. People know I rock with South Sudan. Everybody knows that. Every artist knows that. I've dropped lines about South Sudan in my songs. I've never mentioned Sudan in my songs. You know what I mean? So I think I want to apologize again to anyone who was offended by that, and I made sure I went and apologized on TV and on my page. I made sure that I apologized for that, because it isn't a confusion that we should ever make, but I think people saw the situation I was in the middle, driving through a shortcut in the middle of the village somewhere. So people saw the situation, and I think for a lot of my fans here, as soon as I apologize, they're like, yeah, we know that Navio would never make that mistake on purpose, and especially to offend people and my fans here, never. My height mates, never. So once again, I want to apologize to anyone who was offended by that, and for that, we're going to add more songs and get more fire on stage so that we can finish this the right way and set about a new relationship between Navio and South Sudan. So thank you guys for still rocking with me.
The beef question?
Beef, I think, a lot of times you'll see an artist who you think is on top, and you'll have a lot of strategies for how to push yourself to that level, and eventually you're like, okay, if I can, the way to get to that level, or you believe that there's only one spot that is available, there's only the number one spot that is available. That is completely untrue of music. Just to take an example, you have the Nigerian music industry. Right now, people are confused as to whether the biggest is Burna Boy, Wizkid, or Davido. There is no number one spot. All of them have pushed and done music and pushed themselves to a level. But right now, you have, kids like Fireboy. He's just done a song with Madonna. He's done a song with the biggest touring artist, Ed Sheeran. There is space in your industry. The people that you should be trying to show your best side to is the fans. And for me, that's the only reason I've survived 20 or 25 years in the industry, is because I'm not trying to impress the next man. I am trying to impress my fans. That is my priority. So for me to compete with someone's jeans or what they watch or what they did last week, I can look at someone and be like, wow, that was really dope, and I give him respect for what he did. That's what I do. I learn from the kids who are coming up. I use it, put it in my own style, and try and get better for my fans. But when people think of competition as I'm competing with Vivian Tendo, me and her are personally competing. It's a waste of time. You're going to end up pulling the whole industry down with your little beefs. By the way, the only person you should set your sights on actually is maybe the top artist in Africa. If you want to compete with someone, why do you want to battle someone in your hood? Some guy you went to school with over here, who knows your story? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I know once things have happened, it escalates, and then it becomes about, oh, this guy slapped this one. Now you talk about a physical issue. But for it to start, the starting point, where you talk about your talent and another, it's not needed. All of my attacks have been someone thinking that I'm higher than them and wanting my spot. Then they get higher and they realize, oh, we weren't even in the same, sphere. With all the artists you mentioned, I was out 10 years before them. Some of them 15 years before them. Do I really want to go back? When you think of Navio there, am I really that much of a threat that you want to battle someone who had a #1 album in 2002? I'm the only African artist who's had an best album in 2002 and 2022. That's 20 years ago. That's the guy you want to battle now. Burna Boy is right there for you. Calligraph is right there for you. New artists who would love to battle you. You know, there are people in your space you don't need to compete with. Think of yourself, South Sudan, don't make the mistake that a lot of us have made. Think of yourself as an international act. None of you up here are a local South Sudanese act. You're an international African act. Carry yourself in that way. The stuff of bickering with someone from that neighborhood over there, come on, son. It's dead. So, yeah, you guys have the good music and you have the quality and you understand beats and sound. You understand what gets a crowd rocking. That's all you need, man. Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
Hey, you speak for us, Kereba Arabi Juba. You mix it, you know Arabi Juba, little English, little Arabic. Hey, Galas wonu sude Ingilizi kede. You are most welcome.
But
Manager, you are most welcome. You speak to us.
thank you. I just want to welcome each and everyone. Please, 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 tomorrow night gates will be open from 3. Just bring your 4,000, 10,000 VIP, 150 for the table, 5 people with a whisk. Don't miss. It is gonna be hot. It's gonna be fire. It's about to go down. Big boys, big girls, put on everything you feel that you are comfortable with. Don't forget to bring your partners. Yeah, Navio, you're having 2 days. Please make sure this. Is it 500? Yeah, make sure you're going to pour them
all of them.
on the stage. Let these guys say, and Vivian, this is your time. Johnson, Michael, £1. I want a corroborate from you guys. Find a way. Let's make this go down. Yeah, let's make this, because we can make this.
Okay, we just wanted you to talk something. Yes, you brought these 2 artists. How
Yeah.
much did you put in order to bring up these 2 artists?
My dear, that's my that's my secret.
An estimate.
I aspire.
It's an estimate.
No, I can't say that.
But it's good for
Navio is very cheap.
Maybe we want to bring him back. So. All right, thank you.
If you want to bring him back, yeah, still we can bring him back. Yeah, we can still bring him back, but I cannot answer that question. Just bring your 4,000, please. For real, I'm serious. This is gonna be fire, rock stars, hip hop. This is the first show, by the way. This is the first show about hip hop, guys. So it is your time. So it is your time. So it is your time. So it is that you add this country. Vivian, £1. Johnson Mike, it is your time. Today it is your time. It is you to prove us wrong that, man, you guys have been working. Yeah.
No worries. Leave that to us. We'll handle it.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I agree with that. I want to be scared by the time I'm coming on stage. Kill it so that I don't have to perform, and we can go to the after party. Okay?
Thank you.
And also, yeah, quick shout out. I was with Fireboy this morning. He says, big up to all of you guys. Much love to South Sudan. And Peru coming soon.
Thank you so much.
Wilbin maonu selakuan aku tapi jaba. Ay, tata mamin beta zolun selena.
So it's all about Navio today. That's why maybe you guys didn't ask us, but I'm just, I'm happy. And sometimes when I am happy, I don't know, you just feel happy. You don't know what to say. So let's just wait for tomorrow and burn the stage, because that's the most important thing now. So I will do my best. For me to perform with this guy on one stage, I have to do my best. That's what I'm going to say right now. Thank you.
Navio happens to be the first international hip-hop artist to come to South Sudan. Personally, myself, I've been in the game for 10 years, and I promised even Sam, the first hip-hop artist that is going to come to the country. I'll make sure he goes back with something in mind, that South Sudan is not a joke. So, welcome. We're going to do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Queen.
Black Queen.
Yo, what's up? I'm back again. I really have nothing much to say, but I'm really thrilled, I'm so happy, and I'm so honored. Apart from Navio, I don't really see an African rapper who has been there, who we have been listening to, who has inspired a lot of hip-hop rappers from different countries. So it's really still like a dream having him around, but it's our pleasure to receive you, and we really hope to learn a lot from you. You have a lot of experience, and most of these people ask you about the challenges we face in the industry, so I'm pretty sure you have a lot of advice to give us, and we're really ready to receive it. And thank you so much for being here. And my name is Black Queen. Thank you so much.
You guys just